Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Let me just take a moment to appreciate this look, this hair, Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is gonna be a story time, okay? So, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video, and let's get into it. So, as you can see, I'm in my new apartment, and it's still not furnished, I guess is the word. We don't have a lot of furniture. We still have a box there. There's like something right there in the corner. That's pretty much it. We don't have really anything. But, so this story time is gonna be about, so I'm not gonna use real names. For the other person, I'm just gonna make a name. So, one day, my friend, or so I thought she was my friend, called me and was like, Amaya, I need you to come get me. They're acting crazy in this house, and it's just a lot going on, and it's just a lot going on, and I don't want to be here. So I'm like, okay, cool, I'll come and get you. And what happened was she had two uncles. She was living with her grandmother. One uncle was trying to physically touch her, and the other one was just like watching. So I convinced my family to let her stay with us, and you know, it was good. After a while, we went to the same school until I graduated. No, we went to the same school until I got homeschooled. And then, so I'm not gonna use real names. For the other person, I'm just gonna make a name. So, one day, my friend, or so I thought she was my friend, called me and was like, Amaya, I need you to come get me. They're acting crazy in this house, and it's just a lot going on, and it's just a lot going on, and I don't want to be here. So I'm like, okay, cool, I'll come and get you. And what happened was she had two uncles. She was living with her grandmother. One uncle was trying to physically touch her, and the other one was just like watching. So I convinced my family to let her stay with us, and you know, it was good. After a while, we went to the same school until I graduated. No, we went to the same school until I got homeschooled. And then one day, it was my younger brother's birthday, and I had told her, you know, we're gonna be going out to this place, and and we probably won't be home till this time, and blah blah blah. So she had a key. I told her, you know, make yourself at home. Of course, when she first moved in, told her she can borrow some of my things if she needed to, or if she wanted to, you know, just showing great hospitality. So then one day she texted me, and she was just like, how would you feel if I moved out? And I was like, I mean, we gained a closer friendship, I guess, and I would be hurt, but I mean, if that's something that you want to do, you know, go ahead, do you, that's fine, if that's what makes you happy. So she was like, okay, because I already moved out. And I was like, okay, thanks for telling me. So, we get back home and my mom's like, make sure nothing's gone. And I was just like, I didn't think nothing of it to check my things, or I didn't think nothing of her stealing something from me, because, you know, that's my friend, like, we were close. So I started looking for things. I had sweaters that were missing, a ring, brand new hoodies that I just got, just a few items, and then she took like a whole perfume, lotion, Bath and Body Works kit that I got. So I was just like, I texted her, I was like, did you take anything of mine? And she was just like, she got mad. And I was just asking a question. And she was basically like, what? I didn't take anything. What are you talking about? Stop texting me. You blowing my high. So at this point, I'm like, oh, that's what we doing? Okay. So I texted her back, and basically we were going back and forth. I called her out her name, and my mom was just like, that's okay, we're gonna go to her house the next day. But while we were texting, she was like, you're really blowing my high. And I was like, I don't give a fuck about your high. Like, what? You have my stuff. Anyway, next day, before going to church, me, my great aunt, and my mom, we went to her grandmother's house because that's where she lived, or moved back to. And me and my aunt went inside while my mom stayed in the car. I guess Lord knew to tell her to stay in the car, because if she would have went in the house, I can't even say what would have happened. But anyway, so me and my aunt went in, and we basically broke down the story to her grandmother. So she was like, okay, you come with me and you can pick out, you know, the things that are yours and take it back home. So I see so we go in the room, she's in the bed asleep. So her grandmother's like, wake up. I said I was gonna use fake names, but I'm not even gonna say a name, just keep it like that. Anyway, you know, she's telling her to wake up and everything, and then she's like, Amaya's here to get her things. So I'm looking around, you know, I see a few things here and there, and I see the perfume kit, and I'm like, you know what, she can have that. Like, I'm not tripping over that stuff. It's stuff that you could have asked me for. It's stuff that she could have asked me for. I would have been like, oh, you can keep that. But as far as like the new stuff that I got from my family, and like the jewelry, the rings and stuff like that is valuable. So, you feel me? Anyway, I started picking up my stuff, and she decided she want to wake up out her sleep and started talking trash. So we start arguing or whatever. And then I walk out the room. Next thing you know, all I hear is just some, bitch. And I'm like, bitch, blah, 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 blah. So at this point, we're just yelling at each other. And my aunt was like, no, you're not going to disrespect her house, and you need to apologize. So I apologized to her grandmother for disrespecting her house. And my aunt went back in the room to talk to the girl, and she was just like, we're going to talk later. And because she did respect my aunt, like I don't want to say she was intimidated by her. Well, she was intimidated by her. I don't want to say she's scared of her. Anyway, so that was that, and then we left, and I got a few things back. So with that being said, be careful when you let your friends move in. I mean, I know you want to be, what do they call it? Something save-a-ho. Super save-a-ho. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so that's that story. And that is why I will never, ever, ever, ever again have a female roommate. And it wasn't even her being my roommate. It was me. Sorry, I'm like shaking right now, trying to stay still. It was me being courteous or generous to go out of my way to ask my peoples, can she stay? Because they were like, no, and I kept going back and asking. And it's understandable. But I mean, I had a job, she didn't have a job, so it was just like, you know, I would just pay for us to eat. I mean, my mom still cooked for everybody, but, you know, just want to contribute. So yeah, and that's why right now I have a male roommate who is not heterosexual. So, yeah. Anyways, feel free to tell me what you guys think. Let me know if you have any questions. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video. Tell your friends, tell your mommy, tell your daddy, tell your sister, tell your brother, tell your lover. I don't know if I did that right. But thank you for watching, y'all.